Hello guys, I'm back with another video. Today I'm trying something a lot different from what you've seen so far on my YouTube channel. So I went through my VODs on Twitch and I actually found VODs. These are from like 2011, I think. And I decided to download them. I kind of went through them, saw what happened, and I was like, good old times. But then this idea popped up in my head that perhaps not many of you played the game in Wings of Liberty, and I think it would just be cool to go back to those games, check them how they were, and either if you never played Wings of Liberty, you can see how it was, or if you're one of the old school people and played the game for the past 6-7 years, you'll be kind of reminded how the game was back then. So this is me playing against Dignitas Bling back in the day for those who remember him. This is first person VOD from my stream, so this is not a replay, and the quality is a lot worse, than the quality I'm streaming in today, because back then my, PC was worse, my internet was really, really bad. You'll see in game when I actually play, I have really, really big delay, even though I'm playing on Europe, simply because my upload back then was really bad. But anyway, let's get started, and I hope you guys enjoy it. I'll talk as we're going into the game, what's happening, and stuff like that. So this game was TVP on Tal'Darim Altar Ladder Edition. Now Tal'Darim Altar was really good map for Terran if it reaches like later stages of the game. But early in the game, one of the builds that was super popular was 4-gate, and this map was so difficult to defend 4-gates because every map in StarCraft kind of had like a ramp that you can defend, or at least a natural that you can defend. For example, if you scouted 4-gate, you could, stay in the main base, make a bunker, and be fine. But this map does not have a ramp, for those who don't know. Your entrance from the main to the natural is just same kind of terrain, same ground. So you didn't have the ramp, and then your natural was very wide open. So back then, Protosses used to go 4-gate of one base with super fast warp gate and just warp in Zealot and Stalker and just kind of kill you. So you can see a nice little chat between Bling and I. So what I did back in the day on this map, because I was tired of losing to Protoss and 4-gates, it was very hard to expand. So what I did is I made this build. I don't even remember how long ago this was. This was probably like 6 years ago. I made this build where I would just proxy the barracks on the middle of the map, and I would just not go for an expand at all, and I would go for something really, really cheesy. So you can see I'm talking to Bling right now, chatting, and I said today I'm at 15 Protoss, 14 all in me. Back in the day as well, guys, if you think Protosses are all ending a lot now, you have no idea how it was in Wings of Liberty. People were doing Void Ray all-ins with like 3-4 gates. They were doing just straight up 4-gate. There was something called a Korean 4-gate, which was basically you rush out a warp gate, but you cut your probes because you would only mine 50 gas for the warp gate, and you would go 5-gate and just warp zealots. And back then, you didn't need a gateway next to your pylon to make it warp faster, so units were warping really, really quick just off of pylons, and it was just, yeah, Protoss was all ending a lot, not to mention the DTs warping from low ground to the high ground with pylons and 4-gating you that way. I don't know if there was any other all-in that was like super annoying, but yeah. So for me on this map, in order to combat the all-ins and kind of like not struggle against it, I decided to all-in the Protosses. And Protosses were doing like either super greedy opener or all-ins. There was, I think that's how it was. There wasn't really like any in between builds. So, Blink this game went for Nexus first, and I went for double proxy barracks, which is just not good at him at all. So after proxying the Marauders, I make another barracks and I make a tech lab on that as well, and I just go double barracks proxy Marauders. Now, this would never work in today's games because Mothership Core exists, Pylon Overcharge exists, but back then Mothership Core did not exist at all. So you could do these kind of like proxies with Marauders or even like Hellions or even Banshees, whatever, and just the harass would be so much better because Mothership Core didn't exist. Dare I say it was overpowered and Protoss had pretty hard time defending things. So the push was basically I pull a couple of SCVs and I start bunkering up the natural, or even if he didn't expand, I would just like bunker the main and try to kill them. You get concussive shells, as you can see, like Protoss could, and remember, they have no adepts, no Mothership Core, so the only thing they could build is Zealot, Stalker, and Sentry. And with 2 barracks producing Marauders with concussive shell, it was like close to impossible for Protoss to hold this if they went for an expand build, and they just end up dying. You can see him like pulling probes now, but it just, resistance is futile. So it's funny looking back at these games, just seeing how different the game was, because this build was, legit build. I know it to some of you that never played Wings, maybe it looks funny, like weird, like like these guys are terrible, like, oh, this guy just doesn't know how to defend it. But you have nothing to defend it with. If you expanded and Terran went for this, you're kind of just dead, or at least you're going to lose the Nexus. Behind this, I was going for like I think stem, and you actually don't have enough income, so you just keep producing Marauders off of 2 bases and just go for the push. And this build was really good on this map specifically because, like I said, there's no ramp. So even though 4-gate was really good in this map, at the same time Marauders were good because there's no sentries to like force field the ramp and you're dead. You just walk into their base and you keep bunkering into their base and you just end up winning. This is a build that I love doing, and it just brings so many good memories because game was so much different back then. I think I have 6 or 7 VODs saved of games like these. Let me pause it because the game is done. I have 6 or 7 VODs saved like these. Most of them are actually against Zerg. I tried to find replays because I had like 1,000 replays from Wings of Liberty, but I think I accidentally deleted them, so that's a bummer. But I have 6-7 VODs saved up on my computer, so if you guys like this kind of video, just kind of go back, 6-7 years ago, check out how the game was back then, check out how I played back then, even though the quality of this video is pretty poor. But let me know what you guys think. I want to thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and a comment, telling me if you did like the video, or if you enjoyed it, or like please no, give me something else. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.